recently, and I'm going to talk about those things as well. But recently, what happened was just like we are in almost at the tail end of finalizing an articulation agreement, right, with one of the British universities in UK. We're about to finalize that. And one of the questions that came up during the articulation agreement was, that these British universities, and if I show you the numbers, right? If I have to show you the numbers, like British universities in numbers, you'll be basically shocked to see how many students each of these universities have, right? I'm going to show you a quick number just to give you an idea, a perspective that how many enrollments these universities have, right? So I'm going to show that. Before we can even talk about what is AI, what it is going to do, all of those things, let's talk about some of the things. These numbers are coming from 2019 and 2020. University of London is by far the biggest because it's a consortium of different universities, right? Then we have the Open University, total number of students 130,000. University College London 41,000. University of Manchester almost 40,000. It's like the whole city of Manchester runs alone on this university alone because there is so much economic activity going on, right? University of Leeds, University of Nottingham, you can see all the numbers here, and these numbers are staggering, right? We are in conversation with one of these top 25 universities in the UK and other universities as well. And I'm just going to show you something. Look at the numbers that they have. And what happens is just like when these universities, and this is the same situation in Pakistan, in India, in Middle East, all over the world, there are more than 250 to 200 to 250 million students. They're graduating, they're going into the marketplace, but they can't find jobs. So one of the fundamental questions, we have to ask is, what is happening with our education system today? Because everything is connected. And because of the AI, everything is about to get worse very, very fast, right? I'm going to build up my business case. I'm going to build up a hypothesis, and then I'm going to prove if this is right or wrong, because we have to understand that thing, right? The universities, so one thing is that the universities are failing us because there are millions of students studying in a given country, right? In Pakistan alone, the figures are from 1.9 to 2 million students. In India, it's millions. In China, it's in millions. These are the densely populated countries that I'm naming. In UK, the economic activity created by these universities goes in billions of pounds, right? If I have to show you the data is staggering because this is a report from one of the premier institute in the world, a consulting company where I used to be a partner myself. This is from PwC. So look at the data. Look at the data, UK Higher Educational Financial Sustainability Report, right? It is becoming unsustainable for these universities, and it will become worse because of the AI. So this is a report. This report is of recent year, 2024. You can search it, UK Higher Education Financial Sustainability Report, Industry in Focus. This is by PwC, right? You can search it online and you'll be able to see. I'm going to show you something that the economic activity created by these universities, right? The economic activity is 71 billion pounds in GDP, right? So that is almost 25% to 20% of the GDP of Pakistan, or you can say 10% of the GDP of India. You can say just these universities are creating. The same situation is in all the places, What is happening is just like these universities, they are milking the students, essentially. It's a very tough word to use, but I couldn't find any other better word to state. People are paying thousands and thousands of dollars, right? If I have to convert that into dollars, in India and in Pakistan, some of the top universities' fees range from $10,000 for doing a bachelor's to $15,000 to $20,000. Like this is a 3 to 4 years bachelor's at the elite universities. Same thing goes in other countries. In the developing countries, it's a different story. There is, nowhere education is cheap. Education is getting expensive. But the problem is, education is still the old school education. It is still the old school education. And now, as AI is penetrating into every single discipline in the world, right? Things are going to get worse for these students to make a decision. What do they need to do? Because everyone goes to a university for one singular purpose. No one is there to waste their time. I mean, there might be people. If I do a sample of 1,000 people, one or two might say, we're just coming here just to spend our time, waste our time. Might be a smaller percentage might say like that. But 98% of them to 99% of them are there for one singular purpose, and that is to complete their education and basically find a job or to start a business or to support their business. These are the only three things you will hear. No one is there just to waste their experience. I mean, no one is going there for that purpose. So we need to understand this fundamental principle. People invest in education so that the ROI, the return on investment, is good enough so that they can pay back the money that they have borrowed from their parents, or pay back the money in good faith back to their parents and say, Jazakallah khair, may Allah bless you. You invested so much in our education from childhood. Now we are just returning back that money, right? So we have to understand all these key concepts before we can even talk about the big elephant in the room. And that big elephant is basically artificial intelligence, right? That big elephant, these university models will not be able to sustain themselves.